Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany, aka the Black Rose. As you can see in this clip today, we are doing a beauty ritual and a love ritual, or love spell and ritual. I'm gonna do a part one where it's gonna be mostly talking about beauty, like beauty in terms of having a certain image or look to attract a partner, and then the next one is going to be about attracting a lover and what to do in terms of your spell, like what elements to incorporate and what you should be working with to attract the partner that you want and to attract the type of love you want in your life, right? So as you can see, I've included a lot of different elements in terms of beauty, and I want to just get into why I chose these elements and what they symbolize. Because when people incorporate certain elements into their spells, into their rituals and all that, it's with an intention and with a purpose to get a certain type of outcome. And if you understand and know what certain things symbolize and what they mean, you know, you can utilize it for your spells, for your manifesting your law of attraction goals. And it's important, you know, beforehand to do some research and find out which items you'd like to utilize, because I have a lot of stuff out here because I want to show people, you know, that there's a variety of different things out there that they can work with. I know that a lot of people sometimes use only a few items, but I wanted to incorporate many different things because love is associated with many different things and abundance is associated with many different things. And we all have different things in our different items and herbs and stuff in our cupboards and all that. But we don't necessarily have everything. So, you know, certain elements you can pick and choose which ones align with you the best and work with what you feel comfortable with. So I laid out many different things, and my whole kind of inspiration or idea for this was like kind of inspired by Aphrodite and Venus, because, you know, those goddesses are associated with love, fertility, beauty, romance, all those things. So I wanted to incorporate, you know, certain things associated with the goddesses Aphrodite and Venus, and especially in terms of like beauty, you know, like these sunglasses to me remind me of Venus, and you know, in terms of beauty, the hairbrush, the makeup, the mirror, of course, you know, mirrors are very important, are important for like love spells. I think they're important anyway for beauty and love spells, because you need to kind of visualize your desired mate, and you also want to visualize your desired appearance, your desired look in terms of like beauty. So incorporating like mirrors into your love and beauty spells, I think, especially for beauty, like it's good to do that, right? Just gonna move this further from this candle. Right. Okay. Yeah, so I want to just get into each item and explain their purpose and what they're basically here for, and why I'm working with that, why I'm working with these things. So cinnamon is basically used in love spells and beauty spells. It's basically a Kickstarter. It's like it's like spicy. It basically spices things up in the relationship, and it has a very nutty kind of sweet smell. And I also use cinnamon powder. You can use cinnamon powder if you don't have the cinnamon sticks available. So this is cinnamon powder in here. And basically, you know, if you're doing a jar spell, I have this generic jar spell that I use for just basically everything. But in terms of love, you know, you can just label the jar like just love and romance, or, you know, you don't have to like put everything that I just did a general jar spell just to like incorporate everything. But, you know, if you're gonna do a love spell and you want to do a sweet jar, a sweet love spell, you can basically put the cinnamon in there. You can put some oats and some honey and some crystals, you know, if you have some rose quartz and all that, and, you know, write your petition, your love petition on a piece of paper, and what you're trying to attract, what you're trying to achieve, what you want your partner to be like, and put it like you already have it. Like, say, speak in the present tense. Like, don't say, oh, I will, or I'm going to. Just say, I have this amazing partner who loves me very much, who's dedicated and loyal to me and all this. You know, don't ever doubt or second guess yourself when you're writing your things. Make sure it's in the present tense all the time. And also, you know, in terms of jar spells, you know, when you're creating your jar spell, the first thing you want to do is cleanse your jar with some sage, okay? So you burn some sage. Make sure the jar is empty, not like this. Just get an empty jar and cleanse the jar with your sage, and basically get rid of any unwanted energies, like negative energies around the jar. And that's just kind of like, or just around you as well, with your own vibe, right? Because we want to make sure everything around us, like energetically, is stable and all that. So yeah, after you cleanse your jar, you can start adding your ingredients. You can add the crystals, cinnamon, Jezebel root, if you have any Jezebel root. Now, you don't have to add any Jezebel. This Jezebel is basically for attracting a wealthy, financially stable partner, someone who's wealthy and can basically financially be supportive in the relationship. So, like, yeah, if you're looking for a partner that's maybe like older than you and all that, and you want someone that is financially stable, you know, like, so not like a boy, but like a man, like a gentleman kind of thing, right? So if you want that, you know, you can add the Jezebel root, and this is used in like hoodoo and all that, and conjure, and a lot of root workers use Jezebel root. And yeah, it's good. It's a good root to work with. It's a bit of a dominant kind of it's a bit dominating, so I didn't really incorporate that. I'm not really incorporating that into this video and the spell. I'm just discussing it in general, but because this spell is mostly associated or attributed to Venus and Aphrodite, so I wanted to keep this whole spell as lightweight as possible, as just very like loving energy, like very dreamy and lightweight energy, like lightweight kind of love, like not something. This is not anything to do with like domination or anything like that. But if you want to spice things up, you know, you can add Jezebel in your jar or incorporate it into your ritual and spell. Like, you can place some Jezebel, or put some Jezebel in a little bit of sweet almond oil, and you know, you can just put that in your jar or incorporate it into your bath and all this. So yeah, in terms of keeping the relationship, you know, calm and peaceful, you can add some dried lavender. Yeah, so dried lavender is good for it's good for keeping things calm and relaxed and making sure, you know, energies around you are relaxed and your relationship is just easygoing and peaceful. Yeah, and for another like dried thing that I like to add is dried rosebuds. Dried rosebuds, and you can add that to your jar. Put that in your jar, and it's very fragrant. Like dried rosebuds are very fragrant, and roses are high vibrational, and they're good to add to any love spell or love ritual you're doing. Especially if you're doing like a beauty ritual, beauty spell, it's good to add some roses to that. And if you don't have any dried roses, you can do rose water instead. Rose water is very concentrated and very potent, and you can incorporate that into your, even into like your body cream or your bath. You can add a little bit in your bath. And has a very fragrant smell. It's very, very strong, so you don't need that much. But it smells lovely. It's great and very romantic, of course, because this one is red rose water, so it's very fragrant and floral. But also for the jar, you can add some vanilla, and in your bath as well, you can add some vanilla, because vanilla is also very sweet and loving. It's a good scent. And it's calming as well. Kind of like lavender. It's calming like lavender. So for crystals, you can add some amethyst, some rose quartz. Rose quartz is loving, has a lot of like love energy to it. It's very nurturing, caring stone. Like that's what it kind of symbolizes, like love, caring kind of energy, loving energy, nurturing. So it can help people use it to like find peace within their heart, and not to find like that, to embrace their love energy more and all that. So you can incorporate the rose quartz, or even if you're having a bath, you can place some rose quartz or amethyst around you. And yeah, so you can also add some hair, your own hair or your lover's hair, in your jar. And yeah, just hair, you know, DNA is good, you know, adding DNA to your spells so that you make it very personalized. And you don't have to go out and do all of that. Like, you don't have to be that extra, but DNA, you know, is personal. Like it's part of the person, and it's part of your avatar self, and incorporating any kind of DNA in any spells you're doing is good, because you're targeting yourself or whatever person specifically, like directly, you're targeting them. So it's powerful. It's going to be more powerful, and it's going to be more the energy, the intention, and the energy you're sending towards that person is going to be amplified if you use the DNA, right? If you get the hair or some kind of DNA from the person. And like I said before, you don't have to go out and get any kind of DNA or anything like that, but it's up to you. Like, you can do whatever you want. I have a lot of elements, like I have a lot of options here, so you can incorporate what you want and leave out what you don't want to be in it, right? In your own kind of spell, in your own ritual. So when you're writing down, you know, what you want and what kind of lover you want to attract. Like I said before, you want to keep things confident and kind of like know what you're going after. Think about it beforehand, you know, don't just like write down, oh, blah, blah, blah. No. Take some time, find out what you're trying to attract, like what kind of love you're trying to attract in your life. And you can say things like, oh, I am in a loving, stable, healthy, relationship with, and then you write their name there. And you can put some symbols, create your own sigil kind of thing, whatever you want to do, but you know, just adding a little heart is good. Another thing you can say is, well, I mean, you can get creative and figure out like what exactly you want to say, but you can also be like, so-and-so, you know, the person that you like, so-and-so is deeply in love with me and wants to be my partner. And you can get very specific, like with what you want. I'm just doing a generic thing here. I'm not really specifically targeting anyone with this. This is just very generic. You can get as detailed and specific as you want with this, okay? And then after this, you're gonna fold the paper towards you. Fold it towards you. And then after that, you put your petition in your jar, along with everything else, okay? Along with everything else. Then cover your jar up and seal it. You can melt some wax here, place a candle here to seal your jar. I just tied a little ribbon here. I didn't really seal it that way, but if you want to seal it with some wax, you can do that. And burn a candle on top of it and send your energy and send your intention and your energy into this jar. Send it into it. Okay, so after the jar spell, you can visualize what you want, like what you want your relationship to look like, what you want your partner to be like or look like. 'Cause some people, you know, when they're just writing down their petition and their love spell and all that, they don't have a certain person that they know. They're just trying to attract love, right? But if you want to get even more deep and more personalized with who you are trying to attract, you can visualize it, what you want them to kind of be like in life and how you want them to treat you. Because remember, mirrors are portals, okay? Mirrors are portals. And a lot of alchemists use mirrors. They've been using mirrors for like forever. Like, so mirrors, you know, mirrors can be used, like our cell phones, our devices are already mirrors, right? And we use them to kind of get access to different information and to get news and updates and connect with our friends. So just think of a mirror as like something kind of like that. Like it's another gateway into something different, into a different realm, and use it to visualize. Use it to visualize who exactly you want to attract. Visualize that love and that partner and that relationship. Visualize what you want, what you're going after, okay? You know, after you do the jar and everything, you can get your mirror and do some mirror gazing and visualize what exactly you want. Visualize who exactly you want to attract. Right. Yeah, okay. What other elements do I have here? I have a lot of different things. Yeah, so also, you know, in terms of beauty and all that, you can also, I'm just gonna do this little thing here. You can do this, you know, you can like get really personalized, get your DNA on there, your energy, you know, your energy and all that, and you know, put that in your jar. And you don't have to do any of that. I'm just showing you what a lot of females do. So a lot of people do it. So yeah, and this is just some passion fruit, you know. I just put this out because passion fruit and certain fruits kind of symbolize healthy and fruitful relationships. And what I mean by that is a relationship that is fresh, or a fresh or a new relationship. So having like fruit out in your ritual and your spell is good. And of course, passion, you know, when we talk about passion in love, like passion is important, is an important component of love, right? Because without the passion, I mean, there is no romance, right? There has to be some passion in your relationship. You know, you have to feel a kind of spark. You have to feel a kind of like energetically like charged when you're around this person, and they have to feel that from you. So the passion fruit, you know, kind of for me, it symbolizes that in a sense. And also you want to keep the relationship juicy and fresh. You don't want things to be boring and dull. You want it to be fresh and full of like spunks and essence, and it has to be like strong. Like it has to be fruitful, you know? So this is some dark chocolate, and as we know, chocolates are really associated with love and, you know, Valentine's Day and all this kind of stuff. And I just added this because for me, like, there's this thing with chocolate. Like when you eat chocolate, you kind of get this chocolate high. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, the ancient Aztecs drank hot chocolate because they would get a kind of a high off of it, and they'd use it, you know, they'd drink cocoa and utilize cocoa like basically with their spirituality. And you know, they got kind of they kind of like entered different realms with it and got a high off of it. I'm not sure. I think it like made them kind of like feel good. Like it has a kind of, it's good for like making yourself feel good, right? So chocolate, cocoa was good like that. It's kind of like coffee. But anyway, I just have this spray here that is good for cleansing out negative ass energy. Cause yeah, I've been feeling some kind of way. But anyway, there's a nice scent to it. Yeah, so this is some goddess oud, and basically it's very strong. I don't really use it a lot, but you know, I incorporated it into this ritual because basically, you know, for goddess Aphrodite and goddess Venus, because I want their energy in this spell and in this ritual. I want their energy in this, and anything, you know, that has goddess in it, or that this is basically to help you attract certain relationships, partnerships. It helps with your manifesting and all of that. It's multi-purpose, but it's mainly aimed at, you know, attracting partners and getting respect and all that, and being seen as someone that's more in a higher vibration. And so it helps with that. Any kind of like concentrated oil versus alcohol-based perfumes are more powerful, because the oil, it's like, see, like something like this has like alcohol and all that, it's a bit diluted. But the oil, you know, when they say, oh, why, like, essential oils are powerful, essential oils, you know, they're natural, they last longer than alcoholic kind of perfume. Like, why is that better? Well, because since it's so concentrated, it's more powerful, it's more impactful. So if you're incorporating that into your bath or into your jar, or you're putting it around your candles, adding it to certain spells, it's gonna be more powerful and more potent than anything with alcohol in it. Because as we know, anything with alcohol in it is basically kind of gonna evaporate a bit. It's gonna get weaker and weaker, but the oil stays strong. The oil lasts longer, okay? Woo, we're going hard with this one. Anyways, so this little bath here, I just want to show you, it's just kind of symbolizing, you know, kind of like a beauty bath. And I have some water in here. As we know, with water is always used and incorporated in beauty. A lot of our beauty products, you know, foundations, eyeliner, and stuff like that are kind of water-based a bit, or have like, it's kind of liquidy. So we can work with water to manipulate our appearance. We can work with water to manifest. A lot of people, they kind of speak to their water, and then they drink it, or they write a petition and then get a glass of water, and kind of they pour water into that glass with the petition underneath the glass, and then they drink that water and visualize themselves in a new circumstance and having a certain type of lifestyle, or, you know. But anyway, yeah, so I added some pearls in here, and just kind of like some gems and all that, because gems and glitter and shiny things, you know, that kind of symbolizes bright, prosperous, healthy relationships. And pearls symbolize purity, generosity, integrity, and loyalty. So they can balance people's karma, strengthen relationships, help keep you safe. They're also kind of added to a lot of romantic things, like, and kind of Venusian energy and Venus energy, because, you know, they're kind of like associated with the sea and all that, and the water. And so yeah, having pearls in a beauty spell are a good idea. It doesn't have to be real pearls. These ones are fake here. But yeah, it's just good to add shiny things, and because you want your relationship to be full of kind of bright energy, and you want your relationship to be vibrant, and you want it to be always vibrant and lustrous. And so you can add some glitter for excitement, and for an exciting relationship. If you want to have like a kind of glamorous lifestyle, glamorous relationship, you know, the glitter, the pearls, those elements like that, you know, you can add that to your spells and your rituals, because not everything has to be natural and organic all the time. You know what I'm saying? you can have a little fun with what you're working with here, okay? So we get this glitter, some pink glitter and some gold glitter. Pink is really feminine, and the gold is just luxury and kind of like wealth and all that. And yeah, so and you can add the crystal, the rose quartz. If you're having a bath, you know, you can incorporate some of these elements and visualize your desired mate or your desired image and look in terms of beauty, right? Yeah. It's good energy, good vibes right now. I really love it. It's really fun. Anyways, let me just dry my hands. Yeah, so another thing you can do, I'm sharing lots of tips and pointers in this video, but I feel like doing it, and you can have your own kind of like Mojo bag, and you can put your rose quartz and even maybe some Jezebel root. You can add some dried rose and some lavender and carry that with you. And you can put Queen Elizabeth roots in here as well. Yeah, and seal it, close it up, carry that with you to attract love. Yeah. It's fun to visualize and kind of dream and utilize that creative energy, because all females have this, right? But society kind of like, they kind of like stigmatize it and say, oh, you know, you need to grow up, you need to. No, you can utilize your creative energy and attract what you want in life. You don't have to be so serious all the time, and you can have fun. You can have fun with your intentions and have fun with your manifesting. Like, life doesn't have to be serious 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, feathers, you know, for loving angelic energy. We have some little soft feathers. That's fun to add to any kind of beauty and love spell, you know? Anyway, I just want to talk about the Queen of Hearts. You know, the Queen of Hearts is a card of beauty, magnetism, affection, and idealism. So this woman, you know, represents kind of like a loving mother or a sweetheart, and the adored daughter. So she's seen as attractive with a strong appeal to the opposite sex. And yeah, so she kind of is associated with stable relationships and long-term relationships, marriage and all that. That's why I incorporated this into just this card here, because of what it symbolizes, right? And it really aligns with this whole spell. This is like, and yeah, I want to talk about the Lovers. I'm sure you've seen this. Any tarot person, you know, knows about the Lovers, or anyone into tarot probably knows about the Lovers. So Lovers symbolizes like attachment, good relationships. We have this kind of little cherub up here, and the upright Lovers. They basically symbolize love and harmony, attractiveness, perfection in a relationship, unity, and they kind of strengthen and empower each other. They're on the same level. They have a strong bond. And they are joined together in marriage and close relationships, other close relationships like friendship and all that. Yeah. And then here I have Adam and Eve root. Now, Adam and Eve root is pretty rare. It's kind of hard to get, but it's like a magical herb, and it's used in rituals for love and attraction. So people carry this around with them, like they might put it in their Mojo bag, or just carry it in a kind of little pouch or in their handbag, their wallet, to attract a mate. So just, yeah. So these roots basically, they keep the love, and it kind of binds your lover to you, and it can be they can basically be used to create kind of attraction and attract a partner if you don't already have one. So, you know, you can carry it in your Mojo bag and put some rose petals in that bag, put some lavender, so you attract a calm, kind of loving energy. You want things to be calm, you know. If you want your relationship to be spicy instead of calm, or just, you know, you can add some chili powder in your bag as well, because chili is good for a spicy, fiery relationship. But yeah, if you want to just be loving and all that, you add your dried rosebuds or a little bit of rose water or rose oil, and then your dried lavender, and then some cinnamon. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to show you the roots. So this is the one that the men carry with them. And then the other one, and this is for the female. This is for a female. The Adam and Eve roots are used to invoke the perfect other half in your life. So this is the female root, Eve. Female one. Yeah, so this is the male one, Adam. So yeah, these roots are used to attract partner, and they're rare, but it's good to have. Good, it's something to think about getting. Yeah, to attract a partner and to attract love. People also use Adam and Eve root to keep your love true, and to keep the love faithful, and to bring about marriage. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so when it comes to cultivating your energy, your loving energy, your kind of caring energy, I think it's important to incorporate elements that kind of make you feel a certain way, you know, maybe even in terms of music and all that, like subconsciously, you know, put in good messages and good kind of subconscious influences about love if you want your love to be healthy. Because healthy love, you know, healthy love is sometimes like, people think that it's not achievable. People think that it's something that only certain people can experience and all this. But I think, you know, anyone can experience healthy love and healthy relationships, and it's not impossible in this day and age to have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's quite attainable if you yourself are confident and you believe in your intention and believe in what you want to attract. I know we have a lot of distractions and a lot of things around us that kind of make us feel a certain way, and we have certain influences, and we see certain images on social media, and we're like, oh, well, I don't know if I can have a certain kind of love or a certain kind of thing. But when it comes to anything with your intention and your energy, you need to kind of block out anything that's conflicting with what you want to achieve. If it's not helpful, if it doesn't help you, if it kind of is clouding your subconscious and all that, you need to kind of cut it out, because we don't realize sometimes how impactful certain influences can be and how impactful certain kinds of subconscious programming can affect us, and what we think about our relationships and what we think about the relationships we can have, or how someone is supposed to treat us and all that. So be sovereign and be more independent in your thinking, because as individuals, you know, we're all different. We all have our unique kind of goals and aspirations and dreams, and I think it's important to be confident in them and be okay with having something that's a bit different, or staying true to ourselves, being sovereign to ourselves, because, you know, not everyone's relationship is going to be the same. Not everyone's relationship is going to look the same, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be like every like carbon copy relationship, right? Yeah. Just burning some cinnamon. It smells so good and reminds me of Christmas. Oh my goodness. It smells so nice. All the scents, the roses, the fruit, everything is just, it smells so nice right now, and I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this table and this altar. It's just such a good mood, such a good vibe right now. And I don't want to leave it. But I have a lot of other things to work on, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon. But yeah, I just want to talk about, you know, energy and utilizing your feminine energy to attract a mate. So for my ladies, you know, your feminine energy, your feminine aura and essence is very, if it's on, like if you don't suppress it, if you embrace your femininity and, you know, your softer side, your more caring, nurturing, feminine side, that is naturally like as a natural kind of like attractor for men, and men like that kind of energy because it helps them feel like a man, and it helps them feel like they can be the man or the provider around you. So, you know, incorporating certain feminine elements into your spells, or into your kind of your beauty kind of image, that's a good thing to do, because men do like that energy. They like having that energy around them, and they also find feminine energy inspiring. They like to have a muse, you know, some woman that they kind of admire, like a muse, M-U-S-E. So if you can kind of invoke that energy and be the goddess and be their divine partner, their divine match, they're going to be very loyal to you. They're going to be very dedicated to you, and kind of treat the relationship more seriously and treat it as something more like stable and long term. And maybe, you know, like if you're looking for marriage and all that, like women that are looking for marriage, you know, it's important to consider, you know, what energy and what kind of vibe you're sending out, and what kind of vibe you're utilizing when you're around your partner. So I believe I covered everything. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this spell, this ritual, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more. I'm gonna be doing more spells in the future, more visual spells in the future for different things. different goals and outcomes and things to do with relationships and all that. So yeah, do check out my channel, Dark Rose Subliminals, for more, and for certain subliminal videos and high frequency music videos, because I like making videos that have music with positive affirmations behind them, because I find that for myself, like, if I want to have a positive mindset and a positive mind frame, I need to be consuming music and certain media that is kind of beneficial to me. And I find that when I listen to songs and music that's more uplifting, even like vintage music and stuff and music from the past that's like, you know, very positive, very uplifting, I kind of feel better. I kind of have better thoughts in my head. I'm vibrating on a higher frequency. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of created my channel, because it helped me really, like, creating subliminals for myself really helped me overcome certain obstacles. It helped me kind of transform my life and helped with my manifesting and law of attraction even more, because I was already practicing, you know, certain principles from The Secret, from law of attraction, and certain things to do with manifesting. But you know, it's also a lifestyle. Like, it's like a lifestyle change. So it also goes down to like what you're eating, what you're listening to. So, you know, when I started to become more aware of what I was listening to and what I was consuming visually, I started to notice, you know, what I was doing wrong, what I could be working on, so that I was consuming the right types of images and visuals. Because we don't realize how much these things have an impact on our life, but they actually do. Like, the subconscious is extremely powerful, okay? So, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, because I think it's good. I think it's good for people to talk about these things and not just like, and not just go along and pretend like everything's okay. And because everyone, you know, as individuals, we all have our own kind of preferences, and we can't just take all the mainstream stuff in and kind of like rely on all the mainstream stuff, because we're already individuals, we're already individualistic. So we all have our kind of needs and wants and goals that are going to differ from everyone around us, and we can't, you know, rely on a mainstream thing that's just going to give us one way of living life or one way of achieving things, one way of manifesting. We need many ways, you know, for manifesting, many ways for attracting things, right? So yeah, so feel free to check out more content on my channel. And if you want to connect with me on Instagram, my Instagram is blackxsrose. That is blackxsrose.
So shout out to everyone that's been supporting this channel so far, liking the videos, commenting, sharing their thoughts and opinions. And also thank you to everyone that's been donating. Donations help out with content creation and just basically help me put out more content out there. And yeah, it's good to know that people are liking these sorts of videos and into this sort of content. And I'm glad I started this channel, and I'm glad that I can connect with people that are into the same things as I am, because like sometimes when I'm, you know, out and about, you know, with friends and all that, like they're not really into spiritual things. They're not really into the same things that I'm into. Sometimes I have conversations with people and they just like can't relate. They don't understand what, you know, like what I'm saying basically doesn't really get across to them, or they're closed off. They don't want to talk about these things with me, and that's fine. Like I have I have Aquarius and my Mercury and Venus, which is why when I speak, you know, I speak a lot of truths. We're in the age of Aquarius right now. So like what I speak is a lot of truths. What I speak is sometimes uncomfortable for people to hear. What I speak is in alignment with my own purpose, my own destiny, my own mission here on earth. And I'm not going to apologize and pretend and hide who I am anymore and pretend like I can't be into these things and pretend that I can't basically just be myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you so much to everyone that's been donating and supporting. I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again in the next videos that I create. Okay, take care. Bye bye.